So happens that that's what's happened. Everyone who says that they can take me to deep waters seems to get knocked out. I don't expect to knock him out early, but I don't expect that anytime. So I just need one shot and it changes it.
Tom Aspinall and Ciryl Gane came face-to-face one last time ahead of UFC 321, and the atmosphere was intense. No smiles, no small talk, no friendly gestures. Just two heavyweights locked in a silent stare that spoke louder than words. You could feel the tension in the air, a clear sign that when these two step into the octagon, something massive is about to go down.
To say, just trust me, we did really something deep in this camp. Like, we take the time, we create some bubble. We started a few months in Paris. We continue with some crazy guy in Dubai with the Triple MMA gym. And yeah, I hope we're going to see all of this this Saturday.
Feels good. Feels good to just have something to work towards after having a year of not having something to work towards. I've always been in the gym, but it's nice to have a goal, have an opponent. This fight in particular has been simmering for quite some time, so looking forward to getting in there and doing the job. I just want to be a champion who fights often, regular, and fights the best guys. I don't want to be these guys who fight, with big breaks in between, because that's what's happened. Nothing to do with me. I'm ready to put a stop to that, be active, be an active champion, be a defending champion, and fight the best guys. He's the number one contender, so I think that's what champions should do, is they should fight the number one contenders and the champion. He's the next best guy. Let's fight and find out who the best guy is. That's the way it's supposed to go. Cyryl's a really good opponent. He's really unique with his style. I've never fought anyone like him before. That being said, he's never fought anybody like me before. So let's get in there, see what happens. That's what dreams are made of, isn't it? That's what I got into this sport to do. Is to be the UFC heavyweight champion. To walk out there, last on the card. Everyone's waiting for me. Walk in there, put in a big performance. When I was a little boy putting the gloves on for the first time, I was thinking about this kind of stuff. So I always have to keep reminding myself this the whole time, is like, all the pressure, all the titles, all the fans and all that aside, I'm here doing what I love. I'm here doing what I dreamed of. And look forward to going and doing it.
Should you overcome Ciryl Gane, who do you really see left in the heavyweight division? And I know everyone's talking about John Jones, Alex Pereira, but I quite like the sound of Tom Aspinall, Alex Pereira. About that.
I don't know, whatever the UFC want to do. I think it's pretty obvious that they're going to do the winner versus winner. Me and Gane versus Volkov and Almeida. Sorry. Yeah, not like a tag team match. It sounded like I was doing it like a tag team there. No, the winner of us versus the winner of them. I think it's going to be next for the heavyweight title.
This whole thing with John Jones, is that just completely forgotten about now? And especially when you hear Pereira talking about John Jones at the White House, what are your thoughts on all of that?
In all honesty, I just couldn't really care less about any of it. I'm just like focused on this. This is what I want to do. As far as I'm concerned, that's done. That's in the past. John Jones is retired now, so what's the point in really talking?
At the UFC 321 press conference, Ciryl Gane boldly declared that he plans to take Tom Aspinall into deep waters. The statement didn't go unnoticed. Tom's reaction was calm but carried undeniable confidence. He replied that everyone who's ever said that to him ended up getting stopped in the very first round. The crowd went wild, and in that instant it was clear Tom Aspinall means business. For months, he's been regarded as one of the most dangerous forces in the entire heavyweight division.
The word deep waters gets knocked out in the first minute. Go back and check the media that you've done. So I'm pretty happy with that. That's good. I think there's this notion with the media and maybe the fans that Cyryl's not very good, which is just complete bullshit. I think that he's really, really good. He's super talented. He's been at the top of the division for a number of years, which is not easy to do. He's been an interim champion himself. He's obviously had 2 title shots for the undisputed title as well. So I think the guy's really good. I've took him extremely, extremely seriously. The fact that people expect it to be an easy fight, I don't read into that at all. I think I'm prepared for a really, really hard fight. I think everybody's seen me go in there and get quick finishes. So me and I've got one of the best heavyweight teams in the world, if not the best heavyweight team, some of the best minds in the game, some of the best training partners in the game. We actually discussed and we've shown what we can do, shown how dangerous I am, and we're going to switch it up this time and we're going to go out there and win a boring split decision.
Tom Aspinall versus Ciryl Gane. I'm sorry, for me, I'm a fan of Ciryl Gane as well. I just feel like Tom Aspinall is the next generation of the same thing we saw the likes of John Jones doing in terms of the dominant fashion that he took over his division. I feel like the same thing is going to happen with Tom Aspinall. That style at heavyweight is unseen. Ciryl Gane has a little bit of a bounce to him as well. I just don't think he's got the same snap and power that Tom Aspinall has, as well as the ground game as well. Although you probably won't see it in this fight. I feel like he could get a knockout in this fight.
Athletes, there's those that pressure wears them down, and there's those who shine under pressure, and I am 100% part of the latter. But that being said, it's not just me who's under pressure. It's his third title shot, mate, and he failed the first two. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of pressure on me, but there's also a lot of pressure on him. There's pressure on both of us. Every fight you go into, there's pressure. I can't speak for the rest of the fighters, but mate, I don't want to get kicked in front of millions of people. That's the biggest pressure in me. I don't want to get battered in front of millions of people. No way about it. So
on being out and what have you felt it frustrating yourself?
Not too much, but yeah, for sure. The division was a little bit on the stop, and now is the system.
Precise and explosive, Tom Aspinall fights with purpose, wasting no movement and never giving his opponents a moment to breathe. After more than a year of waiting to defend his title, he now looks ready to unleash everything he's got. But Ciryl Gane isn't backing away. He remains calm, collected, and confident. The same demeanor he's carried into every major fight of his career. He's heard it all before. Critics doubting his ability to handle elite strikers, claiming he'd crumble under pressure.
You're lucky because there's a lot of times that I didn't want to do the sport.
Yeah.
Especially I think a lot of people who are not involved with the sport and not fighting professionally don't realise how hard it is financially.
Oh, it is.
And especially when I had kids and stuff.
Yeah.
I wanted to quit so many times because I'm I just need to get some money.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And then a lot of the times my dad reminded me, look, we've done this for a long time. You can't stop now. You're right there. Just keep going at it.
Yeah.
And I'm very, very lucky that I've got my dad. Not just for that, for plenty reasons.
Of course.
But
that's what you just did to that guy. Right here. Throws that body shot, lands the body shot. Now, is he open? Yes, you can't protect yourself at all times when you're trying to fight. If you're going to try to hit somebody, you have to open up something in order to generate the right power. I go like this and knee him, but I'm not going to generate enough power to have him, respect that. So he's able to land this beautiful knee, drops down, and pop, get his foot down and land a beautiful 1-2. And then, boom, right there, bop.
For Tom Aspinall, you said you don't really care about the belts, you really want to prove you're the best. Is there any other fighter in the heavyweight division that you feel you need to beat to prove that you are the best, other than Ciryl Gane?
yeah, there's lots of guys, man, but I'm the kind of guy who doesn't look past my opponent. I'm very, very serious about this fight. I've been training for the last year without a break. I've had absolutely no breaks. I'm much better now than I was in my last fight, and I want to show that. But as far as other heavyweights and stuff, right now that doesn't really interest me. John Jones is retired, so I don't really have much to say on that, to be honest. So I'm fighting this guy, and this guy's really good, so I'll be as ready as I can be.
Tom Aspinall just seems to be far ahead of all of them.
You know that him and Gane's fight is going to expose a few things, because Gane might be the only guy in that heavyweight that might match him speed-wise.
Tom?
Yes.
Tom is just going to do exactly what Kamzat did to DDP to him. We all know that Gane doesn't have any
funny
wrestling.
enough, Tom never really
wrestles.
does that. No, he does wrestling, but he doesn't wrestle like that. He wrestles to find a finish.
Yeah. No, it might not be like a dominant wrestling the way Kamzat was, but he's going to utilize his wrestling skill against Gane. You know, Tom is a smart fighter.
I hope Gane does something, he's able to do something, because
throw a knee out of space or what.
Aspinall's wrestling is not very aggressive like these guys. So if he's able to stuff with 1 or 2 takedowns and then keep it on the feet, he might have a chance.
Once again, Ciryl Gane finds himself headlining another main event, determined to silence the critics and prove he belongs at the very top. Even Joe Rogan and Daniel Cormier weighed in on the tension from the final face-off. Rogan described Tom Aspinall as looking like a man on a mission, focused, composed, and built for destruction. Cormier, however, noted that Gane's calm and relaxed body language might actually be part of his strategy, using patience and timing to draw Aspinall in and land his precise counters. But beneath all the talk and analysis, this clash is about more than just skill. It's about pride, pressure, and legacy.
Gane, very safe striker, doesn't fully commit with big shots all the time. He picks his shots. How does that work against Tom Aspinall? He's one of the most explosive guys. Like, he's the fastest heavyweight I've ever seen. And I think he just boot bits us straight through Gane, to be quite honest, whether it's a takedown or even with the strike.
Ciryl Gane is a fantastic striker. I mean, he's one of the most beautiful strikers in the heavyweight division. He does wild stuff. You ever see how he throws that front kick from a side stance? And he throws it like a twisting kick? He stands like southpaw, right? And you see he bobs around like this. And he's totally sideways. And he twists his foot out. Twists his foot out like a twisting kick. He did a lot of them against Tai Tuivasa. He's so fast, man. He just does this weird thing where he stands sideways. And instead of the front kick going like this, like straight out, the front kick goes like this. So
I know. Okay, I see what you're
twisting
saying.
it.
Yeah.
So his knee when he lands is almost like sideways. It's just so unusual for a heavyweight, that kind of movement. But he'll show it totally sideways.
It's a little trick.
Almost like a crescent kick or something like that.
Aspinall and Ciryl Gane, Jalton Almeida and Volkov being the co-main event, if they are. Just being on the fight card, they're going to be a backup fighter if anything happens to the main event. What's your thoughts on Volkov versus Gane? Sorry, Aspinall versus Gane.
I think it's the next best thing that we could get right now with Jon Jones not being able to do it and stepping away. And I think it's going to be interesting to see what Tom's plan is going to be, because I think on the feet, they're pretty evenly matched. I think it could be fun on the feet, but I think there's definitely a huge advantage for Aspinall when it comes to the wrestling and the grappling. And I think he'd be silly to not at least attempt to make it a bit of a grappling match and try to get the ground and pound, take him down. And we'll see. If he can defend takedowns, it could be a lot of fun. But if not, I think Tom could make some quick work. But there's a lot of pressure on Tom, man. We were talking about it on the pre-show this weekend that, you didn't get the Jones fight. You waited all this time, and now you've got to fight somebody else. And it's always tough because you want to win that one to really prove to everybody that, yeah, you are that guy. You are the great. You are the best. You're the reason John didn't want to take this fight, blah, blah, blah. If you go and lose that one, you just...
Yeah. Well, we haven't had guests on for a little bit because I've just been all over the place and very, very busy and all the rest of it. So I'll reach out to Tom and see if we can get him on next week, and we'll start getting some guests on again. Tom isn't the type of guy that talks shit usually, but he did do a video where he was talking.
You're going to be the only fighter that has fought Tom, Jon Jones, and Francis, who people think are two of the best heavyweights ever. When you watch Tom fight, do you see anything that he has that stands out compared to Francis and Jon?
Everybody have his strengths, everybody have the weakness. The particularity of Tom Aspinall is he's well-rounded. He's a huge fighter. He's very technical and fast, so it's different.
So if you ask me, I think Tom Aspinall have more opportunity to win. He looks better on the paper. But Ciryl Gane have also his chance to put him in a deep water, in the last rounds. We'll see how it's happened, how it will work, because nobody see Tom Aspinall in a long fight.
If Tom Aspinall wins, he officially cements himself as the true king of the heavyweight division, the man everyone will have to go through, from Jon Jones to Alex Pereira. But if Ciryl Gane manages to pull off the upset, the entire landscape of the division could be shaken to its core. Aspinall has made his message clear. Every fighter who's promised to drag him into deep waters has ended up sinking before the first round even ended. This weekend will reveal whether Gane can rewrite that story, or if he'll become just another name added to Aspinall's growing list of fallen challengers. Because this time it's not about respect or rivalry anymore. It's about dominance. It's about war.